Okay, imagine this for a second. A world where we could genuinely understand what animals are saying. Not just, barks or chirps, but their actual language. And what if we could even talk back? Today we're doing a deep dive into something that, honestly, sounds like pure sci-fi, but it's quickly becoming reality. We're looking at how artificial intelligence is starting to help us decode animal languages.
Yeah, so for this deep dive, we've pulled together some really cutting-edge research, and we're drawing on insights from the experts right at the forefront of this field. Our mission really is to unpack how AI is bridging this communication gap. It's pretty surprising stuff, and we want to explore what that means for how we see nature and maybe even our own place in it. So let's kick things off with a project that's been making some serious waves. Google DeepMind's DolphinGemma. And this isn't just about listening in, is it? It's more ambitious.
Oh, absolutely. It's quite ambitious. This system, DolphinGemma, it aims not just to figure out dolphin sounds, but also to generate response signals. So think of it like they're trying to build a kind of translator, but specifically for dolphins. A dolphin translator. Wow.
Yeah, and the technical approach is what's really groundbreaking here. Drew Purves, who heads up nature research at Google DeepMind, he explained it. He said the AI basically segments sounds, turns them into tokens, and adapts them to natural language processing models.
Okay, tokens. Like breaking down the sounds into meaningful bits.
Exactly. For anyone familiar with NLP, natural language processing, the idea of tokens is standard for human language. Words, parts of words. But applying it here? Well, that's the challenge. How do you define a token in a dolphin's clicks and whistles without knowing the grammar or structure? It's complex. But this method lets researchers study dolphin communication at a level that, frankly, was just unreachable before. It's moving beyond just spotting patterns.
That level of detail, it's a huge leap forward, isn't it?
It really is.
It feels like it shifts from just observation to, well, potential engagement. The possibilities seem huge.
Absolutely huge. And this touches on something really fundamental, doesn't it? How we perceive nature. Drew Purves put it quite well. He said, true change can occur when people suddenly begin to perceive nature and their place in it differently. So these technologies, they're not just about filling gaps in scientific data. They can actually foster a kind of awakening.
An awakening. How so?
Well, if we can genuinely understand another species, maybe even communicate, it could shift our view of animals from just, objects or resources to seeing them as potential conversational partners. Equals, in a sense.
That's a profound idea, treating them as equal.
It's an empathetic jump, right?
Right.
Blurring that line between us and them, it points towards a much more interconnected view of life.
That really does redefine the relationship. And it's good to know this isn't just happening in one lab or with one species. There's another big initiative, the Earth Species Project. They're broadening the scope quite a bit.
That's right. They're a nonprofit, started back in 2017, and they're using AI across a whole range of species. Their main tool is something called NaturLM Audio. They describe it as the world's first audio language model for analyzing animal sounds.
An audio language model for animals.
Okay. Yeah, the LM there, language model, suggests it's not just processing sound, but looking for deeper patterns, maybe even helping generate communication down the line. And they've already found some fascinating things. Katie Zakarian, the co-founder and CEO, mentioned this, that their research indicates species like elephants, gray parrots, even vervet monkeys seem to use names.
Wait, names? As in specific calls for specific individuals.
That's what the data suggests. It's pretty astounding. Think about elephants. The AI picked up on specific calls that seem to act like unique identifiers within the group.
Wow. That just changes everything about how we might think about their intelligence, their social lives.
It's a game changer, honestly. It implies a level of individual recognition, a social complexity that maybe we've only just started to, scratch the surface of. It definitely challenges our very human-centric view of what complex communication looks like.
So it's more than just collecting cool new facts about animals.
Much more.
It sounds like it's pushing us towards a fundamental shift in perspective.
Exactly. Katie Zakarian is clear about this. The big goal isn't just the science itself. It's about reorienting our whole relationship with the planet. She said the aim is to stop exploiting nature and start creating conditions where all species can thrive. If you connect the dots, maybe true coexistence starts with understanding. Imagine conservation efforts if we could actually grasp what other species need, maybe even through their own words.
That's a really profound thought to sit with. So, okay, let's bring this back to the listener. What does all this mean for you, for how humanity sees itself? We've kind of always put ourselves at the top, haven't we? The intellectual pinnacle.
Right, and that's the core question these developments raise. How does that perception hold up if we can genuinely communicate with other intelligent species? Azar Raskin, who also co-founded the Earth Species Project, he put it very powerfully. He said, "These technologies will change our perception of ourselves and our place in the universe."
That's a big statement.
It is. It suggests a future where maybe humans don't see themselves as the absolute peak, but as, well, as one intelligent species among many, part of a much richer, more communicative, global ecosystem.
We really could be on the edge of something entirely new then. Technologies that felt like pure fantasy might actually allow us to, I don't know, converse with animals someday, understand their thoughts, maybe even work together towards a more harmonious future. The idea of, like, chatting with a whale.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to feel less like fiction. Still distant, maybe, but possible.
It's moving in that direction, yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the key takeaways from this deep dive. We've looked at specific AI tools, like Google DeepMind's DolphinGemma, which isn't just decoding, but trying to respond to dolphins. And the Earth Species Project with Natural LM Audio, revealing that complex animals like elephants and parrots might actually use names for each other. These aren't just interesting facts, are they? They seem to be fundamentally reshaping how we think about communication, intelligence, the whole animal kingdom.
Exactly. And I think what's truly fascinating here, beyond the tech itself, is how these breakthroughs could alter our whole ethical and philosophical stance. It's not just about the data or decoding patterns, it's about what realizing other animals communicate meaningfully, what that means for how we should treat them and the planet we all share.
Right. It forces a reevaluation. So that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. If AI can help us grasp a dolphin's unique way of talking, or understand that an elephant has a name, what other kinds of intelligence are out there that we're only just beginning to even perceive? And how might truly understanding them compel us, maybe even force us, to rethink our responsibilities to this planet and every living thing on it?